Hello, I'm Matt Guff from House.com, and I'm here with Jason Henderson from Burton.
Hey.
How you doing, Jason?
Good.
Good to see you.
Just getting glued into this couch here.
That's right. These are nice, aren't
I know.
they? And we got a new setup, and Jason's here walking us through the family tree line for 2019. This is a new board again for 19, right?
Yeah, that's kind of what the family tree is all about. They just get crazy with new shapes and new concepts and stuff that the JG and all the board testers are testing out, and they can just kind of release it for a year. I mean, maybe it'll be around next year, maybe it won't.
Rad.
It's just one of those things. So
That's so cool. That's one of my favorite things about that family tree line. It's just like, it might stay, it might not.
yeah.
What are some of the boards that carried into like the regular line? The flight attendant?
Yeah, Flight Attendant was born in the family tree.
Right.
Skeleton Key.
Right.
So you'll see that. Trick Pony started
Trick
there.
Pony. Yep.
The first iteration of the Trick Pony. Mm-hmm. The Juice Wagon, that's not in the line anymore, but that was around. After post family tree for a while.
Right. That's
so,
cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
We got a new one. This is the stun gun.
Yep.
A lot of people kind of reach out and ask about this thing. This is a pretty big deal, kind of POW board, right? All mountain.
Yeah, all mountain. Very directional. So
Yeah.
they kind of combined a couple different models. When they were working on this thing, so it's kind of like a branch manager.
Okay.
And meets kind of gatekeeper flight attendant sort
Right.
of thing.
Cool.
So the running length is actually really short.
Okay.
So what you're in here is really short.
Okay.
And it is it's directional camber. So you got camber through the middle. It's got some pop to it. It's kind of like a medium flex to it. So it's still going to rip on groomers and everything you need there. But
Okay.
but what you really do notice is this nose.
The
It
nose
just
is
goes on
big.
for you're not sinking this thing.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
so this is like that perfect example of balanced free ride. So where this thing has does have 12 millimeters of taper,
Right.
but it's past the upturn.
Yeah.
So like when you're on groomers, going on cat tracks, that sort of thing. If your calves are burning, flip around, go backwards. This thing's gonna ride really neutral, so you can navigate. But once you
Right.
dip into those trees, where it gets really deep, that's where that wider nose past the upturn is really going to kick in, and this thing's really going to be,
Right.
super floaty. So
And even like when you set it on the edge here, like I don't know if you guys can see, it's really kind of pronounced
yeah,
outside of that nose's contact point. That thing, the
That's-
nose really gets wide.
yeah, and it's one of those things too. Is like the more you lay this board over, the more edge contact it has.
Got it.
So it kind of gains edge contact as you turn. The harder you lay into it, but
Right.
again, what it does is it just adds a lot of volume past the upturn, but makes it more versatile for cruising all mountain. So,
Right. Cool. It's a fast board. It's got recycled WFO. Right.
Yep, it's got the higher end WFO base, so it's
Sure.
gonna be more porous, harder. So holds wax better, more resistant to damage.
Right. Now this is a board you can take on groomers. Definitely take in the POW. Where do you think it excels the most? If it was given like one situation to be in, where do you think it really does well?
So this is gonna be, I would say, more your like tree board.
Okay. Right. Short running length.
Short running
taper
length, quick
tail.
edge to edge, really tall nose, so it's not you don't have to like be
Lean back.
completely leaned off in the back seat trying to navigate through trees. It's like you can stay, you can stay centered, turn how you normally turn, but that nose, will definitely keep you floating. So
Cool.
definitely it's set back. It's a very directional. They're just fun boards to ride, like
Heck
just
yeah.
normal even on groomers. But I'd say in the trees, quicker edge to edge. That's where that's really gonna.
And that's kind of like the fun thing when we do SIA, when kind of some of the new stuff or the opportunity to ride some of the real new stuff comes out. They always do the SIA on snow at Copper, and there's like a little section I think off American Flyer it's like some fun little trees, and getting a board like this in there that you can kick around really fast is great.
Yep.
The stance of course feels like it's set back a lot because of that bigger nose, but again when you're on groomers it doesn't really feel like too much of a directional board.
Yeah, and again, that's that balanced free ride. So yes, looking at it, like you can see where the channels fall on this board, it really
Right.
looks like it's set back.
Right.
But if you actually look at that, where it falls, on the contact points on, hard pack, it's going to be very neutral.
Right.
Just all that, extra volume and that extra length is in the nose. That's the upturn.
Wow.
So
now, if you were to match this thing up for some pow slashes and some trees, what boots and bindings do you think you'd ride with it?
Well, boots is personal preference.
Right.
You know, obviously you got to have a boot that fits right, and you know, you don't need anything super stiff to turn this thing because of the quick running length. You know, so again, you know, Malavita.
Right.
You know, Mission's just fine, but
cool.
But if you like stiff bindings, that's just your thing. It's cartel. So, but then boots, you know, like Swath. You know,
Swath is I like
kind of
a
good
the
medium
Swath.
Flexing.
Right.
You know, articulated cuff with that. You know, like that's a killer boot too. So.
Right.
But you know, again, boots are personal preference.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, that's the thing. You know, like
Imperials. I mean, it's just really.
Moto.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah, you
Whatever
could.
gets down the hill, but yeah.
Right. And that's the unique thing about, you know, boots, bindings, and boards. It's like you can put any combination you want together.
Yep, certain ones just turn better.
Yeah, certain ones would be more beneficial for that terrain type or skill ability. But if you like a stiff board that's pure camber and centered up in pow, well, cool. Do that.
Yep.
Do you, man?
Yep.
Awesome. Cool. Well, thanks for walking us through the stun gun. It's a fun board. I wish we had more trees in Minnesota so I could ride this more in them.
We have trees, just not rideable trees.
Yeah, we got a lot of trees. We just can't ride them.
If you go off into the trees here, you're in trouble.
Yeah, you're not gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
Jason, thanks again for being here.
Go in.
Cool.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you
me.
guys for watching. You're welcome. Leave a comment or question. If you've seen the stun gun, you like it, let me know. If you've seen it, ridden it, and hate it, let me know why that's the case. Probably don't think that's true. Subscribe to the channel there. Check out more vids there. And hopefully I'll see you guys on snow. Peace.